Excuse me.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Chortle Cast. I am one of your hosts for tonight, Jake, and I'm joined, as always, by the Stream King, the Far Cry Guy, the man who may cry devil, the Double Dog Dad, and the Rogue with a light lad, Steven. What's up, buddy?
I don't think I like that last one.
You don't like the Rogue with the light lad?
Because Rogue Light Lad was probably your best one.
Was good, yeah.
But calling me the Rogue with a light lad, separating the light.
Peter, your brand new child, the light lad.
It's the Rogue that I have a problem with, because when you separate like/light from Rogue and
what if I changed it to the Rogue like lad with a light lad?
That's redundant.
What could be like a tag on for that? You know what I mean? Like the rogue
or
light.
you could just say the Rogue Light Dad.
The Rogue Light Dad.
I guess it comes after the Double Dog Dad.
Yeah. You're a double dog plus a lad dad and a Rogue Light lad.
Rogue Light Double Dog Dad.
There you go. Anyway, whatever. It works. We're also joined by the Lord of the Soundboard from Taverich.com, Matt. What's up, buddy?
Hi, please refer to me as Nugget Man.
And there he is, the master of the soundboard. Earns his title, absolutely. How's it going, bud?
It's going well. Just painting my office, making some things happen.
Yeah, that's why if you're watching on YouTube, of course, chortlegames.com, you are actually looking at a really interesting meme of Matt. Something about the Nugget Man. I don't know where this is coming from. Matt, do you want to give any sort of explanation for this? Or
I can actually. Nugget Man, he is here.
Okay,
so
he is here, all right?
So my friend that I used to work with, Michael, he had this old meme that it was like super old that he found a long time ago, and it was hilarious. And it was just a McDonald's that was on fire. And the sign on McDonald's said, Nugget Man is here. That's it.
That's it. That's the meme. Okay, all right.
And so he recreated it. There's a McDonald's, it's on fire. You got firemen trying to like put it out. And then on the sign, it just says Nugget Man is here. And so our thing for a long time was Nugget Man, he's here.
He's here. Well, he's here with us tonight for sure, and we're glad you're here as well, Matt. So tonight, of course, this is Chortlecast, the official podcast of Chortle Games, where we talk about video games, TV shows, movies, anime, whatever the heck we want to talk about. And we've got a doozy for you tonight, folks. We are going to be going down a tier list. We're going to be creating a tier list of the best dogs in video games. So Steven has compiled a list of, I think it was 30 dogs.
30 was my last count. Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna just go through here. We're listing them. Now, one of my favorite things Steven always does is he doesn't use S tier, A tier, C tier, F tier, whatever. He doesn't do that. That's boring. Steven comes up with a fun name. So do we want to transition to the list and start prepping?
We can transition, and I can kind of explain, because this list is going to be a little bit different.
Okay. By the way, the list has disappeared for me. I still have your screen in view. There it is. Okay, great. I'm coming to it.
I clicked off it. That must have been what that was.
I figured. All right, walk me through your genius here.
Okay, so the problem, because Jake was proposing the other day, like, hey, for Monday, let's do something fun, like a tier list or another bracket tournament. And one of the categories was video game dogs, which, we love dogs here.
We do, in our logo.
Yes. And we all know that all dogs are good boys.
All dogs go to heaven. That's the saying.
They do.
That's the thing they say.
Best movie ever.
So the trouble with making a dogs tier list is that some of them have to go low.
There's really no such thing as an F tier dog, right?
There's not, unless if it's a Chihuahua. But no Chihuahuas exist in video games, as far as I can tell.
Okay.
Wow.
All
Anyone
right.
with a Chihuahua.
All right, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, you know what? You have a Chihuahua. You made that decision, so that's your fault. So the tiers, the tiers are starting from the
I
bottom.
wish no Tritos had just been Chihuahua. Like if I had known that's how you felt, I would have pushed for that.
Because no dog deserves to be called a Chihuahua. Just like all dogs are good boys except for Chihuahuas, you can't be a good boy and a Chihuahua at the same time.
What's up, Mike?
Big Papa has arrived.
So F tier, or the lowest tier, I think D tier is technically where we landed on here, is no treatos.
No Tritos.
Which means you're still a good boy.
You're just
but
not
you don't
getting treats tonight.
You're just not getting treats.
Yeah.
You don't exceed what it means to be a dog or a good boy.
Okay.
Pets, shut up. Pets means good boy, you deserve a pet.
Okay. Yeah.
Next tier up, B tier, belly rubs. That's the tier above pets. Everyone knows that. And then A tier, all the treatos. And then
Ooh.
S tier is one heckin' good boy.
Okay.
So
I like this.
Real quick, where does Big Stretch fall in this scale?
Big Stretch isn't a tier of dog. Big Stretch is a thing that dogs do.
Correct, but a good dog, if you see a good dog, Big Stretch, and you say, ooh, Big Stretch.
Right. But...
And also pets. How many pets do we do? Is this like a pat?
I'm imagining more of a pat, Matt. Yes, not
Yeah.
not a full stroke, maybe one full stroke, but mostly just a little pat on the head. You're a good boy, but you're not getting a ton of love.
Pets means they deserve the acknowledgement,
but not
they
the
are
love.
in fact a good boy.
There you go.
But I thought all were good boys, you said.
They
are. But if you don't get treatos, you don't get told that you are a good boy. But we all know that you are a good boy.
True.
So this list, I texted you guys before we started. We are not ranking the character or the IP, the game.
Right.
We are ranking them as dogs and what it means to be a dog. So the metrics would be like companionship, like does the dog accompany you where you go? Affection, like can you pet the dog?
Right.
Does the dog lick your face?
Right.
Breed, in case we're partial to breeds, but that's going to be preference. Stuff like that.
Are we partial to? Well, I guess you don't like Chihuahuas, so.
Oh, again, all dogs are good boys except for Chihuahuas. But I love golden retrievers and huskies. So bonus points to golden retrievers and huskies.
But a mix between a Chihuahua and a husky.
No such thing exists, and if you try to convince me with photographic evidence, it will not work. I will not look at it, and it's not real. And get out of here.
I will send 4,000 pieces of paper to your house with a picture of a Chihuahua hybrid.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna do that. It's not worth.
I'm curious. I would be curious to know what that looks like, but I'm also terrified.
I did see a husky corgi mix. It was
that would be cute.
It was just a full husky, but legs that were like a third of the length of husky legs. It was so cute. Anyway,
see, all other breeds are cute when they mix, but Chihuahuas just yap at you all day.
Chihuahuas are large rats.
I wouldn't say large rats. They're like a rat. Like there's mice and then there's like a big rat. That's a Chihuahua. They can just bark.
Yeah. Okay.
So, are we ready to start?
I am, Steven. I think I was born ready to start.
So,
by the way, just sorry as another disclaimer, an intro disclaimer to your disclaimer. Great job on this list. Really well done.
Thank you.
And as an intro disclaimer,
you haven't even seen the list.
I just mean like the categories. Well done.
And as an intro, as a post intro to Jake's, but a pre intro to Steven's, I just wanted to let you know Flynn's a cute boy back there. Thank you. That was all.
Yeah, he's in bean mode right now.
He's the bean.
He's right where he needs to be. He's doing a great on camera presence here.
He is making a great case for why he is going to be a heckin' good boy on this list.
He is a heckin' good boy. That's
okay.
Why.
Mike said Chihuahuas are horrendous, so chat's in agreement.
And and Mike's Mexican, so
he has every right to say that.
He has every right to say that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's begin. We're gonna start real simple here. Let's do that over. Oh, wait, hold on. Where did it go? I'm trying a different way of doing this. We'll just do it this way. In front. The dog from Fable 2.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the Fable 3 dog, Fable 2 dog. I tried to...
The Fable dog.
The Fable dog, basically.
Arguably, in my opinion, and I know this isn't necessarily what we're voting on, but arguably the best use of a dog in a video game.
I would say
one of the best.
It was one of the first to properly utilize dogs.
Yes.
Because it's your companion that's always with you. Does it help in combat, or does it just dig stuff up?
I'm a little fuzzy. It's been a while. I know it dug stuff up. I don't think it helped you in combat.
I think it just alerted you to things.
Yeah.
Okay. I do know there's an option at the end when you like get to pick who you revive, and your dog is one of the options. And I would absolutely revive the dog.
Yep. It's like your 100%. Sister, the love of your life, the world, or your dog. And it was like, yep, sorry, dog every time. Like, what are you talking about?
What do you mean? Love of my life, my world?
You mean the dog?
Both of those are my dog.
Oh, so my dog is all three options. Okay, great.
So I'm thinking, like, he's a classic.
Yeah, this is a good.
I'm thinking all the Tritos. I'm thinking right now.
All the Tritos. Okay, all right. So what's the difference in your mind, Steven, between Heckin' Good Boy and all the Tritos? What's kind of like that de facto difference there?
I think so. We don't remember everything that the Fabled dog can do. Right. We don't think it helps in combat, but it is always with you. So S tier companion.
Yeah, that's something.
Not S tier in terms of helpfulness, more around like A, B tier because it alerts you.
A good companion.
It's a good companion.
Yeah, yeah.
You can pet it, so that's good. That helps it a lot. Is it always one specific dog? Or like, do you pick the breed? How does that work?
I don't remember picking the breed. That seemed a little bit more. That sounds a little more intense than what I remember.
To me, the reason it's not S tier, just off the top of my head, I could be convinced otherwise, is because the Fable 2 dog is more of an idea than he is like an iconic dog.
Yeah.
Because when I think S tier, I think of like,
no, that makes sense. Like I know there's some other dogs on the list that like, and they're in our thumbnail and stuff that like, I was like, oh yeah, this is iconic. This is a great photo of them. Like, people are gonna know who this is.
I think if the Fable dog, and I'm not saying all the Tritos encompass, like that doesn't encompass this category, this ranking, but I think if the Fable dog had a name and like a look that, and wasn't just like the dog that joins you, I think that would bump it to S. But I think other than that, it's either A or B.
Yeah. Okay. No, I think this is good. I know we kind of shaped this list and kind of what defines categories as we go, but I think this is a good example of what an all Tritos is, because like you're saying, it's just kind of a generic dog as far as like look. He's not super iconic. He's just dog.
He doesn't do everything, but he is always with you. He's affectionate.
Great companion. Worth sacrificing the world at the end of the game for.
Absolutely.
And that's all the Tritos. So I think that's a good. I think that's
Matt. Do you agree?
Yeah.
I am in agreement.
Okay, excellent. Appreciate it.
I will say it is hard to not put the franchise in there, because that I'll be honest, that's part of the reason why I'm like excited for the next Fable game, is like getting a game that like really values like having a dog companion. I think it's gonna be big.
Yeah, because anyway. Fable 3 dog would definitely be Heckin' Good Boy.
Yes,
in my opinion.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
We'll see what Fable 4 dog is.
Here's an example of an S tier dog. Chorizo.
Oh, Chorizo.
Yep, Heckin' Good Boy.
So
Heckin' Good Boy. Talk about iconic. Talk about iconic.
Iconic. Always with you, is affectionate because you can pet him. Her, I think actually Chorizo's a girl. You can pet her. She gives you kisses. She can help you in combat. She can distract people. Just
what a sweetie.
It has a skill tree, I think.
Oh wow.
Is cute AF.
Yeah, is cute AF, handy capable.
And
iconic.
Icon,
she deserves it.
Icon. I mean,
Absolute
I don't know that much about that game other than Giancarlo Esposito is voiced in
Look
it.
at the fat rolls
Like
on the paw.
I pretty much know Giancarlo Esposito and Chorizo. So
Yeah.
that's all I know from that game.
Yeah.
And there's a reason, and it's because
And guerilla and libertad.
are those
Those are the only words that they use in the entire script of the game.
Oh, okay.
When you play the game, it sounds something like libertad, 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 guerilla, chorizo.
Well, there you go.
I just
So
pitched dialogue.
we're tossing him up to a heckin' good boy. Okay.
Heckin' good boy.
I think I'm good with that. I'm great with that, in fact.
Okay, cool. Let's see. All right.
By the way, chat, I don't know if y'all are hearing. There's like a dinging that keeps going on in my ear. It's something like, when your computer like you unplug something, you plug it back in, you unplug something, and it makes the little ding ding noise. Mine's
Also,
doing
did
that.
we make sure that our audio is turned on?
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody can hear you.
What, Mike? What? Oh, no. Yeah, I know what he's. If you played Far Cry 6, Mike, you understand.
Tone it down on the accent.
KK Slider.
Yes, heckin' good boy. Heckin'
Jake?
good boy. What?
Jake, you are ranking him as a dog, not because he's in Animal Crossing.
Steven,
What
he's
makes
a dog.
KK Slider a good dog?
He's a dog who plays the guitar. Okay. What more do you need from that?
What
I'll be honest.
Iconic?
That's not firm foundation for heckin' good boy.
it doesn't make a heckin' good boy to play guitar.
I can play guitar.
What
Am I a
does
heckin' good
KK
boy? No.
What does KK Slider do that makes him a good dog? And that's why I prepared, because there's more than one Animal Crossing dog one here.
He throws a concert every either Friday or Saturday night. I forget. For the
So
community.
he's not a good companion. He's not always with you.
He's not always with you. That's
Can you
that's
pet
true.
KK Slider?
No, that would be rude.
Okay.
Because he's
does KK Slider help you?
other than like soothing you with music, I wouldn't necessarily categorize that as.
I have no
as help.
disrespect for KK Slider. He's a hardworking good boy, but for the metrics of this list,
If we're shaping it off companionship, then yeah, that's hard
it's
to
what
argue.
we define as a dog. Like when you play a video game,
Yep.
and there is a dog, what do you want the dog to be?
Right.
That's how and Chorizo is peak dog, because always with you, affectionate, helps out with everything. It's basically an extension of your character.
Right.
KK Slider, he's not that.
He's not that. No.
I think we're gonna have to.
I'm thinking no trios.
No trio.
No
Okay,
trios.
now hold on. That's a bit intense. Okay, that's real intense.
Remember, he's still a good boy.
The lowest I would put KK Slider is pets.
Make your
State your case.
State your case.
Hilariously, I did say that he couldn't. Like, I don't think you can't pet KK Slider. I think at the very least, KK is iconic, which I know we gave a lot of points to Chorizo for. And he does bring a lot of joy, which I think is a big part of having a dog, right? So while he's not always with you, he's kind of like the dog you see on the weekends, like your friend's dog. You know what I mean? That like you get all the joy out of him, but none of the companionship. You know what I mean? So like,
are you saying that just because he's in like does he bring a joy that the rest of the residents of Animal Crossing do not bring?
Yes. Like I don't know who the other dog you're gonna bring up from Animal Crossing, but I will that's probably be the one that goes to no Tritos.
So I will say the fact you can't pet him kind of puts him down in no Tritos. Can't pet a dog.
If you're going to put him in pets, you kind of have to be able to pet him, right?
You got to be able to pet him.
And honestly, Jake, you make a compelling argument, and I'm willing to put him in pets. But Matt also raises an excellent point.
Yeah, and Mike also has a good point. He's essentially a person. He's not really even a dog.
Right.
So I get it. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard for me.
It's hard because I understand he's Animal Crossing. You love Animal Crossing. You love KK Slider, but
can't be pet. Can't pet him.
Can't be pet. Okay, fine. I won't argue that. I've got to go take Leos in a bottle of water. So I leave it to you boys to decide between no Tritos or wherever. I will be right back in just a second.
We could possibly move him.
We
up
can
from
rearrange. The list is flexible.
Go ahead with the next one too. Don't wait on me. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right.
He's never coming back. We've hurt his feelings.
Let's see.
Did you
Oh,
get?
wait.
Oh, never mind. I think you did. I saw it. Okay.
I think I put one in here twice. Hold on just a second. I know it probably disappeared.
It didn't. You're still good.
Okay, good. Yes, there's one that is in here twice, so we actually have 29.
Wow. We could add old Flynn.
He's in
as
here
the
already.
heck. Oh, yeah. Oh, dang it.
Yeah.
I'll see who else we have, and then I'll think of one if we don't have
Okay.
ones that I'm thinking about.
All right. Let's do this one. I don't think Jake will have any opinions on this one. Dog meat.
He's the goodest of boys.
So I haven't played a lot of Fallout 4. I've played very little, in fact. But based on what I know about dog meat, he hits a lot of those criteria.
He does.
And he's a German Shepherd, and German Shepherds are beautiful.
And he is always there for you in combat. You can tell him to go away. Like you can swap out companions, and then you tell him to come back, and he acts just as good of a boy.
Okay.
He'll-
Is there? Go ahead.
I would say I think he's a heckin' good boy. He's top 2. He's top tier. Excuse me, top tier, A tier.
So could we? And I'm trying to. A lot of this list is going to see me trying to find things wrong with dogs, but that's just because I know a lot of these were going to say heckin' good boy, go to heckin' good boy. But so I'm going to be kind of devil's advocate to where I will pose the question of, for example, here, does the fact that there's nothing really iconic about him dial him back at all? Because he's like, and I hate to say this, but he's just a German Shepherd.
You're right, but he's like the German Shepherd of Fallout 4. Like he'll tell you he'll growl at you. He'll growl at when there's like enemies nearby. He'll do combat with you. He doesn't die because you can just stem him. So, I mean,
It's ARS, but
I think I'm gonna have to go all the Tritos.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna have to go all the Tritos
why?
because, like you said, there's nothing truly iconic. If I remember correctly, in the release trailer at E3, they did obviously highlight him because as a companion, because that's one of the main things of Fallout is companions.
Right.
And everybody loves him, so he's definitely, like you said, S or A tier. But I don't think he's like, if you showed that picture to anybody,
They wouldn't necessarily know it was Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Or that it was dog meat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, unless you know that's Fallout, like you won't tell.
Yeah. I'm good with all the Tritos.
So we send him off.
A good boy, but
He's not hecking good boy.
he's not heckin'.
Not hecking yet.
All right. This is gonna be a quick list. Let's see.
We need to find one for Jake when Jake gets back. That'll be iconic.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to do that. No, the other one. Oh, that one will work too.
Are you cheating?
What do you mean am I cheating?
You're looking at the layers.
Well, yeah, because you have them open. Can't look at the screen over here. You're a sucker for a German Shepherd, Mike. I agree. Never played Fallout 4. Listen, I'll tell you, it's very simple story. There's a bomb. 200 years later, you wake up.
Here's one of our technicalities.
What
Matt,
is this?
Do you recognize this one?
No.
This is Dog from Half-Life. Did you ever play Half-Life?
Yeah. Why?
Because he acts like a dog.
But he's not.
He's named
technically
Dog.
a dog.
But
He's not of the canine family. However,
he's got dog behavior. He is a good boy. I'm thinking pets because he saves you a few times that I think in the game. He is kind of wholesome because you see you spend a lot of Half-Life.
I'm sorry. I'm going to interrupt. I'm going to interrupt here. I am so sorry. First off, I am offended and aghast that you would think that I wouldn't care about my boy Dog Meat. Okay, holy shit! I am
Have
so
you played
mad.
Fallout 4?
It's the only Fallout game I've played. Dog Meat is the only companion that I kept because he was the best. I agree with every argument that y'all have made. My one thing though is I would put him in S tier until. Sorry, I just ran upstairs. I would put him in S tier until we have to kick him down to all Tritos. That's my
fair.
argument. That's my
I
argument.
think he deserves to touch the heckin' good boy.
He can touch Heckin' Good Boy. It's just he's not like I said. You can't show him to anybody. And
That's
be like,
that's the only thing, Matt, that out of your argument that I kind of agreed with. I was like, of probably who's going to end up in Heckin' Good Boys, he's the closest to in between these two. Probably he's a great metric because the only thing is he's not iconic, but he's a way better companion than the Fable Dog, I would say.
If he was stretching, I would do big stretch for him because he deserves it.
He would receive the reflex of big stretch, even though he's not there. So this is Dog from Half-Life.
The other thought I had, was we need to go ahead and set a limit for tiers. Or have we just given up on that? I feel like we used to do that at one point. And,
I think we need to see where this list goes and then potentially add the limit when we.
I think we've got in No Tritos who belongs in No Tritos though. So
there's going to be at least one more in No Tritos.
Okay, so who is this robot dog thing?
So this is from Half-Life 2. Alex, one of the characters in Half-Life 2, has this robot companion named Dog.
Okay.
And he behaves like a dog, but he is a robot made of scrap metal. And he's very wholesome because, again, he behaves like a dog in a very bleak world where aliens have basically taken away everything that makes humans feel any kind of joy. So his name is Dog. He acts like a dog, but he is not a dog.
So he is a robot. It's not like a dog in a mech or something.
He is a robot that was programmed, but I figured, just for the sake of throwing a slight wrench in the mix, he technically counts.
So he is a robot designed to think he is a dog. Is that a good summation?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
How good of a companion is he in this game? Is he pretty loyal, true?
Because Half-Life 2 is so old.
Mm-hmm.
He isn't like always with you, but when he saves you a couple times and he's helpful when he's around. So I'm thinking Pets.
I was going to say, I feel like Pets is a pretty good place.
Yeah.
Again, I'm a little hurt for KK, but I'm thinking of it as KK is a person.
Yes.
This is somebody who is essentially a dog. So I'm locking in. But okay, I'm good with that.
Okay.
I
won't look because apparently I was cheating.
You're not allowed to look. All right. This one is going to break some hearts, probably.
Well, I don't like breaking hearts. I'm not a fan of that.
Lucky the pizza dog.
Lucky the pizza dog.
He's feel not like going in No Tritos.
Well, I feel like he has to go to Pets for. Well, no. Actually,
if you play as Hawkeye, he's always with you.
I was going to say belly rubs, maybe because I jumped to Pets. I jumped to Pets because while he is a great companion for Hawkeye, if you're not playing as Hawkeye, he's more of, again, your friend's dog kind of situation. Yeah. And literally, that's what most people can do to interact with him is to pet him. So that's where I jumped to, but I would be willing to put him up to belly rubs because
go ahead.
So I think some characters actually do give him belly rubs, but also he is a better companion for Hawkeye. So
I think
also I just found out that I could have played Death Stranding with Johnny Silverhand's arm the whole time, and I didn't. So, here we are.
Wrong crowd.
Wrong crowd. Read the room. I think Lucky should go in belly rubs because everyone gets a unique petting animation. Mm-hmm. So affection that's probably about as high as you can go up in affection with these dogs. He is super iconic.
Absolutely.
He is a golden retriever.
With an eye patch.
In the comics, I think he's a golden retriever here. With an eye patch. He got hurt to get that eye patch, and I'm not about to let him suffer in D tier or whatever it is, C tier, with that eye patch. So I think he deserves belly rubs. I think.
Yeah. I'm good with belly rubs. I think that's a fair category. If they had like fully incorporated him in the game, he could have easily been a heckin' good boy. But I think for the limitations for other characters, I think we're stuck at belly rubs. So.
I think the few things that he does the few things that he does that adhere to the metrics of what we would want out of a dog, Lucky does them exceedingly well.
Well, he's not really helpful that much in the game, is he?
No.
See, I think that
in terms
loses
of like
some
affection,
points. Yeah.
But in terms of like affection and like being iconic, he is among the best.
Oh yeah, I think belly rubs is the perfect category for him because that's
Matt. Do you object?
I have no objections.
Excellent.
Thank you, Matt. You're a fair and just ruler. I'm
saving my objections for ones that I need to use them on. Here we go.
This bastard.
I'm
no Tritos.
I was about to say I feel pretty confident no Tritos.
No Tritos.
While different from KK in that this is a dog. This is a scheming dog, okay? Mm-hmm. He's being mischievous out here. He is not embodying the good boyhood.
He's a little shit.
Which is so funny because like he is always with you. He is,
but he's not with
helpful.
You. Is he helpful?
Well, he catches the ducks.
So y'all are okay. Hang on. So y'all are. Hold on. Full stop. Chat. Y'all are hearing that chime. Okay, I got to figure this out. Where this is coming. Go ahead, Steven. Continue.
So he's a no Tritos, absolutely. But it's just funny how he does do dog things, but in the worst way.
He does real dog things. Like we don't want that.
He does mischievous dog things.
He's going in no Tritos.
All right, Steven, you're my and Matt, y'all are both better PC people than I am. Do you know if there's a setting like in the soundboard? I'm assuming it's maybe in sound settings, but that would like turn off notification sound because it is absolutely driving me crazy. But
right click your speakers at the bottom right of your main screen, and you should see volume mixer.
Okay.
And you should see system sounds. Just mute it. That should work.
Okay. All right. I will work on that. Sorry, chat. That's been driving. I know it's been driving me crazy. So glad y'all are hearing that. Or I'm not glad y'all are hearing that, but I'm glad you let me know. So.
All right. Are we ready to move on?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. Okay.
Cerberus
from Hades. Not always with you, but always there. You know?
Yes. Cerberus is the only one that confronts you in hell from the court of Hades that does not fight you, that will let you pass, which, I mean, that's a good boy right there. Like, when it's literally Hades, the guardian of the gates of the underworld, but he acknowledges his owner so much to where he's like, that's my guy, that's my human, that's my person. Come on through, you know?
Yeah.
That's a good boy.
Steven, you were saying system sounds?
System sounds, yes.
Boom.
Is that
muted?
Did that do it?
We'll see. I'll let you know if I don't hear another ding in a few minutes. Man, that's going to make me so much more of a sane person.
Did I guide him correctly?
You did. There's also the notification center on Windows 10, bottom right. You can click on that, and if the word says expand, you click that. And there's one that's like focus assist. Just tap that to alarms only. It'll also stop any of those sounds.
Gotcha. Good to know.
So for me, you can show Cerberus affection. You can pet Cerberus. You can give Cerberus gifts. And Cerberus is very iconic looking. Like they managed to make him look both intimidating and cute. So yes. I'm thinking either belly rubs or pets.
I feel like it has to be belly rubs or pets, right?
Yeah.
Because like you've already mentioned, I think belly rubs is good. I think similar to Lucky, he's always there. Mm-hmm. It's which you're just a single player, but you always have good interactions with him.
Mm-hmm. And he's 3 good boys.
That's a really good point.
True.
Like
it's times 3.
much like I think dog meat is going to end up being the kind of the middle ground between all Tritos and Heckin' Good Boy. I think Cerberus belongs kind of in between all the Tritos and belly rubs. So
I'll say belly rubs.
yeah, I think that's the right place for him. It's the right place. Although ironically, you can't give him a belly rub. I don't think so.
You can't.
Whoa, and you can't pet him.
You can. You can pet him.
Oh.
It just doesn't do an animation.
I don't think he does a rollover belly
No,
rub.
it doesn't do an animation, but you can pet him and he responds.
It doesn't do a pet. I thought it did an animation.
I don't think so.
I thought you like got a little in there, you know.
Well, that solidifies belly rubs in if you can.
For audio listeners, that was a little pat and head shake, you know.
Can I just say how this? I was not expecting this to happen, but this may be the most balanced tier list we've ever done so far.
I can't believe it. When
this all makes sense to everyone. I feel like
while y'all were talking about dog meat, I was like, man, we're gonna be stuck with everything in Heckin' Good Boy, and it's just gonna be a problem. We gotta figure this out.
All right, this should be a little easier. Parappa the Rapper.
I think this is almost 1-for-1 KK Slider all over again.
Yeah.
Iconic, sure. Again, singer, great, awesome, brings joy like most dogs do, but sentient, more so than a normal dog. Is closer to a human than a dog. So I think it's got to go to no Tritos. Not because, again, none of these boys are bad, except for maybe
I know
Duck Dog, but
I know nothing about Parappa the Rapper
in there. But I wish he would have been in Pets, just you know, to not say that he's just the worst or anything.
Matt was the one that convinced me to put him in no Tritos. You made a very compelling argument.
So are you saying if I had kicked Matt, I might could have made it happen?
If you kick Matt, then you're going in no Tritos.
Okay, I'll decide if that's
and you
worth
need
it or
some
not.
Tritos.
I do need some Tritos.
Jeremy,
What's
that
up,
is
Jeremy?
Dog from Half-Life 2. It is a robot that behaves like a dog and is also named Dog, so he gets in on a technicality.
He is in Pets because he does actually help you. So
he's helpful. He is wholesome in a bleak world.
Oh shit! I didn't know it was going to be this dog. Come on, Isabella. Okay, you want to talk about helpful.
Okay.
Isabella. Okay, a lot like similar to. We can't put her in belly rubs, but a lot like Lucky and Cerberus. She's always there, and she's very helpful. You can go to her for all sorts of administrative help. She helps you get administrative help. She helps you name the town. You can set the town tune. She does the morning announcements. She's always
the
there.
morning announcements are the worst part about it, though. So
No,
I feel like she deserves to go no Tritos.
no,
I'm thinking no Tritos.
No.
You can't pet her
now,
either.
To the same
She is
point.
in Smash.
To
She
the
is in
same
Smash,
point.
Jeremy.
She is in Smash. To the same point, she is closer to human than she is dog. So there is that. But I think as far as whereas KK Slider was not always there, but he brought joy. Isabella is always there. She is very helpful. She's not she's not necessarily a companion, but she's consistent, you know? I don't know. I'm fine with putting her in no Tritos, but I almost think...
I think belly rubs.
Excuse me?
I think belly rubs.
No.
I hate... this is one of those things, it's like, no one should ever give Isabella a belly rub, and they're absolutely... This is the squid... the people on the squid TV all over again.
Then Pets. Isabella's going in Pets.
No,
Isabella belongs in no Tritos.
Put her in no Tritos. Put her in no Tritos.
You just fought for her
I
for
did.
2.5 minutes.
I did, and I had to do that because she deserves better on another list. But she can't. We can't put Isabella in a belly rubs category without it bringing the wrong crowd. So
I get many belly rubs.
That's okay. That's fine. Is there a sexual deviant art of
there's probably a furry version of Isabella, and we don't want to deal with any of that.
Yes,
there's a wall.
There absolutely is. It's not
You mean
happening.
to tell me you don't think there's you mean to tell me you don't think there's a furry version of chorizo?
Of chorizo. Now I'm curious, but I don't want to. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
You dare.
Moving on. Goodness.
You brought
The
this upon
the
us.
Kubrow from Warframe.
Oh shit! Okay.
No words. No words.
So the way the Kubrow, if you remember the trailer that we watched for the trailer tier list, Jake,
Really cool looking. Really cool looking.
Well, you can customize what they look like too a little bit, and you can breed them to look different.
Oh,
It's
nice.
the whole
Okay.
thing.
All right.
But in that trailer where it was Excalibur fighting the army by himself, the Kubrow was with him fighting alongside him.
Okay.
So you do have to earn the Kubrow, but you breed them. So you find an egg and you make an incubator and you grow them into like a Kubrow pup, or you can mature them to a full grown, and you can have them join you on all of your missions. And I think what they do varies, but the one that I have bred, for example, will fetch items for you and disarm enemies.
Okay.
But there's a variety of what a Kubrow can do.
Okay.
Thoughts?
I mean, it sounds like it's a good companion.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely helpful, like we've talked about. The breeding and like variety of breed, I think it should at least be some sort of points. Like that's especially with this being video game related, right? Like that's a cool feature that definitely should be incorporated in more things. So okay, Jeremy was saying all Tritos or Heckin' Good Boy. I don't know about Heckin' Good Boy.
Definitely all the Tritos.
I think all the Tritos is a good place.
Yeah.
Because in a weird way, while I would give it points for the breeding and stuff, that's cool. It kind of has the same problem that the Fable dog does, of it just not being iconic necessarily. So I don't know. That's where I'm leaning towards, but I could be convinced otherwise.
I'm thinking all the Tritos because
I have no argument against.
Yeah, not every Kubrow is able to do what some of like
right.
I think dog meat can do more than a single Kubrow could do.
Oh, okay.
So you would need multiple Kubrows, or you know, like because they fill specific purposes. I think all the Tritos.
I'm good with that. I think that's a fair placement.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Jeremy, I think it would be arguing strongly against us if he was here. But
I'm heartbroken that Jeremy
he's coming in the chat pretty hard for what is it called again? The Kubrow? How do you say it? Kubrow. Yeah, he's coming in pretty hard for it.
And I do agree with that. The fact you have to work for it and you literally hatch it and raise it from an egg makes it a little more special because it's yours,
right?
You know. I could be convinced to put it in S, but I think
that's one we'll have to come back to at the end and see how we feel.
Here's one that may break some hearts.
Okay, all right. I don't achy breaky heart here. Cosmo, what a good boy. You know what I mean?
So
and his pups. Or are we just doing Cosmo?
The pups, just Cosmo. The pups are there to get the sympathy vote.
Oh wow! Yeah, that's dirty.
Yeah. So here's my argument: not all dogs can be there for all the time for everyone, because we do have emotional support dogs. You know, professional dogs that have jobs. And Cosmo is a hardworking single father.
Yep.
He is always there for nowhere.
Anna, I thought this was Space Buddies. Wow. I kind of honestly, I had a similar thought, so I don't blame you at all. I don't blame you at all. You've really broken your husband's heart, but hey, I get it. I understand.
I think Cosmo makes such a strong impression as the goodest boy in the short amount of time that he's around. So he's definitely, he's not going to make Heckin' Good Boy.
Yeah.
But he's super iconic. He is extremely loyal. He is always there for Nowhere, the space station. He is their dog, you know.
What up, Joe?
I'm thinking Belly Rose.
He's the head of security in the game, right? So he's got his whole thing going on here.
He is a hardworking professional guard dog.
Yes.
that's telepathic and telekinetic.
Yes.
I'm thinking belly rubs.
I'm just debating. I'm trying to think. I think that's where we honestly should put him. He, interestingly enough, I think is funnily almost comparable to KK and Isabel because of just his human, like how human he can be, but he's still a dog at heart, I think. So.
Oh, he's absolutely, like, the fact that you do have conversations with him, but all of his mannerisms
Still are dog-like.
are that of a dog. He is talking to you telepathically as a human, but he is still a dog that is distracted by dog-like things.
Right.
He literally goes and fetches a ball in the middle of the conversation. So, like, you wouldn't say Doug from Up is a person. And Cosmo is Doug with a high IQ and superpowers.
Yeah, no, totally. I agree. I think, it's like, honestly, I want to put him at all the Tritos, but it's one of those things, again, like, if we're comparing, like, companionship, he's a great friend, but he's not like with you. He's not your companion necessarily. So that's got to dock him some points, right? I think belly rubs is good. Although would he accept belly rubs? I'm not sure. I don't think he would.
Absolutely.
Oh, he would? Okay. All right, great. Well, then,
absolutely.
I think belly rubs
he really has to trust you, but he absolutely would take belly rubs.
I agree.
And he is a golden retriever, though.
Yeah.
So that makes me want to put him in all the Tritos, but he could potentially climb a little bit. We'll see.
We'll see. I think belly rubs is a fair spot for him.
So this one is going to be interesting.
Okay.
Because this is the first one, aside from Parappa, which doesn't really count.
Okay.
That is the main character of the game.
Ooh, okay.
Amaterasu.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So how do we do that? You know, like, what is the metric of a good boy when you are the good boy?
When you are the good boy.
So if we can't really base it off of the companion, etc., that we were doing before, because he is the main character.
You could potentially use his character or like his place in the world that he's in.
Well, now,
to kind of
could do that.
I understand where you're coming from, that Matt. Have you played that game? Have you played any of the Okami series? Either of you?
I have not.
Okay.
No.
So I totally get where you're coming from of like, well, I am the character. How can I be a companion? But what I think we can look at is who is the dog from Okami. I'm blanking on the name. Amaterasu. Who is Amaterasu a companion of? And slight spoilers for the game, but there's a part where you basically die, and all of the people who you have affected and whose lives you have touched and changed, they pray to you, and you are resurrected, more powerful than ever, and you defeat whatever the evil is. I'm a little vague on what the bad guy was, but I think that's a huge point for companionship, for not just a singular person, but many that Amaterasu helped throughout. And then vice versa, there's the little like flea artist who is your companion in that game, who you could argue is a great companion to, like Amaterasu was a great companion to him.
Are you making an argument that Amaterasu is a good boy because he has a good boy?
No. I'm making the argument that Amaterasu is a good boy because he's a good boy to many, and not just while we don't play a singular person. If you look at all the people that he helps and is a great companion to, and I think it's actually she, that she is a great companion to.
So she is more of the idea of she is the abstract essence of a good boy.
I think you're making it a little too fluffy, but yes, I think I'm saying that while normally we're looking at this from the lens of I am the person and the dog is my companion, I'm saying that in her game there are several people who she is a companion to.
Yeah. And
we just play as her. So like we could have been any of the other characters in the game and she would have been a great companion, but instead we play as her, is what I'm saying.
Matt, what are you thinking?
I was going to say the fact that from the spoiler, which really wasn't a spoiler, but
I try to be vague with it, but yeah.
The fact that, the people that you all help, that you help pray to you and resurrect you kind of throws you into hecking boy. Because you obviously made an impact.
I was thinking all the Tritos.
I'm thinking heckin' good boy because again, iconic. What a look!
It's very iconic. Yeah.
Super. I mean, you want to talk about like, again, to my point, like all these people that pray and believe to you or whatever, like you helped them. In a lot of cases, you saved their lives or saved their souls or some crazy shit. Like I don't know what more. Like what are some of the other metrics we've been doing? Because like Amaterasu meets it. Talking about helpful, like I mean, obviously helping other people, but like. You playing as her, like she wields swords. You know what I mean? You swing swords in this game as a dog.
Yeah, but that's different. That makes her less like an actual dog. But heckin' good boy.
She does it with her mouth, though.
Okay,
So
good boy.
so again, just to kind of help.
Which, by the way, Jeremy is agreeing with me. Heckin' good boy. She's a god and a hero. So there you go.
With to help with the metric of rating this, and I'm going to ask you to kind of in order to put her in heckin' good boy.
Mm-hmm.
With heckin' good boy, you would have to. Sorry, I was looking at Peter. He's over there. He was
reaffirm.
fussing.
Yeah.
Catch your breath.
Catch your breath.
Yes. We are rating them based on what we would want a dog companion in a video game to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like S tier heckin' good boy. That is, if there is a dog in my video game, this is what I want it to be. So how does Amaterasu and her characteristics translate into that?
So again, kind of to my point a minute ago of how normally we are the main character and the dog is the companion to us, but here the dog is the main character and is a companion to many. I think, like, for instance, there's one character who's like a Ronin, that he's like a drunk, and you kind of help him get out of his drunkenness and discover the hero inside himself. Let's just flip-flop it and say that we played the game as that Ronin. I think if there was a video game dog who was your companion who could do all the crazy shit that Amaterasu can do, like it would set a new bar for like what dogs could do in video games.
So the reason I'm spending extra time on this is we just put Cosmo in belly rubs because he's not always there for us, the player, but he is always there for Nowhere. So does the same, are we leaning more into like, if I did have Cosmo always there with me, are we rating him that way? Or are we rating him based on the experience we had with him in the game? Because if we are rating him this way, I think Cosmo goes up to heckin' good boy as well. Personally.
I was kind of thinking that's maybe where you were going with it.
Well, but like,
because you using the argument of like having to lean, and I know it's because Amaterasu is the main character, but having to use the logic of if Amaterasu was my companion, then it'd be S tier. I think if I had Cosmo as my companion, a golden retriever that had telepathy and telekinesis that I could have full on conversations with, that's just the goodest of boys, that is an S tier companion. But we put him lower because he's not there all the time. And like his game mechanics didn't translate to heckin' good boy. So I guess I'm trying to figure out the metric moving forward. I'm fine with putting both of them in S tier, but I want to make sure we use the same kind of metric. I take these very seriously.
Oh, no, I totally understand. I'm just trying to think because, like, I don't know. It's different because, like, we never really see Cosmo, like, do stuff in the game, you know? I mean, like, obviously he does stuff. Like, he uses his powers a couple times in cutscenes and stuff.
He keeps Nowhere safe.
Yeah.
He detains you like effortlessly. He fights off hordes of invading members of the church of what was it called? The Universal Truth.
Mm-hmm.
What are we thinking, Matt?
So to weigh in on all this, don't know who Cosmo is, but looks like the heckin' good boy.
He's Guardians of the Galaxy. He's a telepathic dog. He was basically a Russian space dog that was sent up as an experiment, and he got lost in space, ended up getting telekinesis and telepathy, landed on Nowhere, and he's their security officer, but he's just a Russian golden retriever.
Okay, I figured the Russian part out because of the picture.
Yeah.
But as far as the current dog we have, I'm going to stand firm on the. Well, actually, I'm stand firm on what I'm going to say, and I think that based on what you just said, what you both just said, that they both need to probably go to all the Tritos.
Okay.
I was going to say, what if we bumped up Cosmo to all the Tritos and we put Amaterasu at Heckin' Good Boy? Because I totally agree with what you're saying, Steven, of like this kind of shifts the metric of like, well, what if you could play, or like what if the dog was playable? Would he kind of land in that? And I think Cosmo would, but like we don't really have a lot of context for like what that would look like necessarily. So that's my only hesitation with putting him all the way to Heckin' Good Boy. But I think putting him at all the Tritos is a good like representation of like he earned a little bit more from that, if that makes sense.
I can live with that. I mean, personally, if I could have any of these, like any fictional dog as my dog, it would be Cosmo.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
But I'm seeing everyone's reflecting that, and I can live with that.
Yeah, Jeremy. I didn't even see Jeremy's comment there, but yeah, he and I are right on the same page. So
D-Dog.
D-Dog. Oh, I love how you pulled the same picture I did. That's great. Honestly, actually, now that I'm saying that, I'm not surprised because it took me a long time to find a good picture for him. So
Yep. I know nothing about D-Dog. So
Same.
Well, then we might have to tell Jeremy to really chime in here. But from what I understand, D-Dog is again. Here's where I'm just going to propose D-Dog go to all the Tritos because I think he's similar to the other dogs we have in that category. Could you kind of slide him over a little bit, Steven? I'm trying to look to remind myself who we have in there. I mean, other than maybe Cosmo. But that's a new development, so we'll hold that off. But
so let me explain the metrics one more time for Jeremy, and I'll step away and get some water, and I'll give him a chance to state his case. So we are ranking these based on Hecka Good Boy is if I could have a dog be my companion in a video game, it would be this, or be able to do this, or whatever. So we are ranking that based on companionship, the ability to show affection and receive affection, helpfulness, and breed can play a role in it if we are partial to a specific breed.
Yeah.
So stuff like that.
I mean, by that metric right there, he's a shoe in. Like he nails it. I mean, he like talking about like one metric we've kind of said a lot is like, does he fight for you when you're like, does he help you in combat? Like, yes, like he'll do stealth takedowns and stuff.
Can you pet the good boy?
I am pretty sure you can. I know as a puppy, you absolutely can.
Hold on, Jeremy, can you pet Dee Dee? I'm gonna get some water real quick. I'll be right back.
Jeremy's saying that my only main argument I can make is he probably does around the same things that the dog from Fallout does. I would say he does more, Jeremy. I haven't played this game all the way through, but based on like some videos I've seen of what D-Dog can do, I would say he's maybe even a little bit better than Dog Meat. I think.
Okay. I have a proposition.
Okay.
Move Dog Meat down, Dee Dee to Heckin' Good Boy. So Dog Meat, all the Tritos, Dee Dee, Heckin' Good Boy, because according to what Jeremy said, they can do basically the same thing, but I think Dog Meat has a more iconic look.
You think Dog Meat has a more iconic look?
Sorry, D-Dog has a more iconic look.
Okay, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Let's settle with this. Let's put them both in S tier for now, and let's see if we need to come back to that.
Okay.
Because I think ultimately, if we really need to limit the Heckin' Good Boy level, it's going to be that Dog Meat and Dee Dee come down a step. But we'll see. Like I said, Dog Meat and I guess really now Dee Dee are kind of the in between. Excuse me. There should have been like another category right there for these. But yeah.
Okay. Okay. Rush from Mega Man.
Mega Man. Now, I don't know that much about this one, so I'll need some. I'll need some.
The things that I know Rush is able to do is think of like Inspector Gadget, but if it was a dog. That's all I got.
I mean, so as far as in the game, is he helpful? I mean,
I have never played a Mega Man. The Mega Man games I've played, like mainline, or I can't remember the ones I played, but I know that I've never played one where Rush was a constant. I know in like Marvel vs. Capcom, when you play as Mega Man, I think Rush is a companion somehow. I know in Smash, Rush I think is his up B, like his save or something. Rush does something. I'd say Rush is pretty mid when it comes to being iconic.
I mean, he's got an iconic look, but
I'm thinking the epitome of like mid tier. I'm thinking maybe Belly Rubs, because I think since Rush is not always there, but does helpful things and does have a fairly iconic look.
That's kind of what that category has kind of become, of just like they're not a constant, but when they're there, they bring joy or are helpful. I'm good with that, unless somebody in the chat wants to really come in and talk about how he plays or how he what he does in game. I think Belly Rubs is a good place for him. Yeah. Nugget Man, you agree? Any objections there?
Nugget Man concurs.
Great.
Wait.
Nugget Man agrees.
Did you, Matt? Did you play any Mega Man games?
I did not.
Yeah, a little before my time, and I know there've been some new ones recently, but I just
Is that an old joke?
no, just I know you're a little bit older than me, right?
Yeah, I turn 31 soon.
Yeah. So I guess you're not that much older than me. So
Tomorrow specifically, but
oh hey, happy early birthday!
Oh, happy birthday. Jeremy says, never really played Mega Man, but I would say Belly Rubs. Definitely got the iconic look, and I believe he used Rush as a rocket to kind of move across the screen horizontally. Okay.
Yeah. No, I think Belly Rubs is the right place. Yeah. It's a good place.
This is going in S tier, or I quit the channel.
All right, well, I have to lock that in.
I was afraid you were going to say that, because I was thinking about this, and I think he kind of fits into that all the Tritos category. What's your argument for Heckin' Boy? What's your argument for Heckin' Boy?
It's Flynn. It is my dog. He is capable of equipping.
Why did you use that picture though? You could have picked any other dog, Palamute.
But I picked Flynn because he's my Palamute.
That's cheating though.
He is literally the channel mascot.
Yes, he is.
He is a video game dog.
He is a good boy.
He is capable of doing everything that a Palamute does. So he is a Palamute.
For the viewers who don't know what a Palamute does, maybe tell them what he can do.
They are strong enough that you can literally ride them around like a horse and it won't hurt them. They are great companions. They follow you everywhere. They're very loyal. They'll
teleport to you.
They will teleport to you. They can dig holes in the ground where they can just be like, oh, my master needs me. They dig a hole in the ground and appear right next to you whenever you whistle. So literally always there. They are able to, they're smart enough to where they can coordinate as a team. But they aren't outright sentient like someone like Cosmo. You can put clothes on them and they don't hate it.
What does the dog from what does he have that say the dog from Warframe doesn't? Like,
you can't ride the dog in Warframe. Not all Kubrow can do everything that, like, Kubrow are different based on the breed that you have. All Palamute can do all things that Palamutes can do based on what you equip them with.
Yeah.
So all Palamutes are equally capable, whereas all Kubrow are not.
Yeah. My hesitation is I feel like they fit the box that the Kubrow do, but I understand that in some ways they do it better. So I'm
I think the
struggling with that there. But
I think the fact that you can literally use them as a horse.
but then they're a horse, Steven.
No,
that's
they're a
different,
dog.
though.
They're a
If you're
dog.
saying you're using them as a horse, that's a different purpose.
You can-
However, I do want to say I do agree that they're heckin' good boys because mine, all of my names are mostly Steven themed. So Steven 2 and not Steven are the heckinest, goodest of boys. The other ones are just kind of.
My one knock at it is that I feel like there should be some level of like, I don't know. I feel like everyone's is going to look a little bit different, and that's kind of one of the things we said about the Warframe dog that kind of pushed it to all the Tritos.
But this is Flynn.
Okay, fine. I'm fine with Heckin' Good Boy, but that's going to be the first one I argue to push down if we have to limit. So
If we have to push one down, it's going to be dog meat. Because dog meat.
I will cut you.
Dog meat does everything that Dee Dee does, whereas Flynn, the Palamute, does things that they do, but also does some things that they are not capable of doing. He has more of an iconic usefulness that the other S tiers do not.
So as a and so let me change my answer.
Too bad.
Flynn, heckin' good boy.
mhm.
Palamutes, however, all the Tritos.
Why?
Because
I think I could agree with that. Yeah.
because while they can do all of that stuff,
Flynn is iconic, but the Palamutes as a whole, I don't know that they're
yeah, I think we need to split Flynn from Palamute. Can you throw up a picture of Flynn in there real quick?
I was about to say,
instead of the
is
It's
like
video game
real?
dogs.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is video game Flynn.
Now that's where I think this is an interesting twist. Is this Flynn or is this the Palamutes? Because
This is Flynn the Palamute.
No,
Okay.
no, that's not the question.
That is my answer.
I will concede to Heckin' Good Boy because this is Flynn the Palamute, not Palamutes as a whole.
So is dog meat iconic?
I would
People who
say
know
he's
Fallout,
more
probably.
iconic than
Palamute.
generic Palamute.
That's generic Palamute, not talking about Flynn. So
German
make sure we add that.
Shepherds are more iconic. But what makes dog meat an iconic German Shepherd?
I mean,
fact that he's in
that's a
Fallout
fair
4?
that's a fair point. Yeah.
He's the
Chorizo
first
is an
companion you
iconic
meet.
dachshund or wiener dog because she's handy capable and she has an iconic look.
Mhm.
Dog meat is a
So-
German Shepherd.
If we're
See-
going to, then I think then we need. So one, I do think we're going to need to limit Heckin' Good Boy.
Trust me, we literally are running out of space on the screen for the stream. So yeah, we'll have to limit it soon. But we're not quite there. But yeah.
And if and to be honest, in that case, then should we not just shift everything down one?
I don't want to shift everything down one.
Well, that was my. I mean, I'm just saying. I think dog meat is iconic because he's one the first companion you get. Also, he's in the trailer for the game.
But again, the metric, like they have to pass this test to be in a heckin' good boy. Do they meet literally every requirement that you would want out of, like, if you could have any video game dog? Why would you pick dog meat over DD? I have an issue with them sharing the same category, sharing the same ranking because
Why? I don't know why you would struggle with them sharing the same ranking. They're very similar, I would say.
But is one better than the other? Because it sounds like DD is considered better than dog meat.
No, dog meat.
I mean,
dog meat takes care of
that's-
all the fights with you for you automatically. He's your boy. He takes care of you.
Yeah.
I think we're mixing up Flynn the Palamute versus just a plain Palamute.
It is Flynn the
I
Palamute.
would not rank.
Plain
I would-
Palamutes are not on this list. It is Flynn the
I
Palamute.
would not rank not Steven or Steven 2 or Logan or any of them on Heckin' Good Boy.
You would not?
I would not. And
Okay.
here is the reason why. I would have but see, they're also not all the Tritos. Like my boy, not Steven, he's there. When I get carded because my teammate doesn't, heal me or anything, which happens all the time. It's crazy. He's there with me back instantly. He gets me there fast. We zoom. Whenever there's land, my boy is there to help me escape because our teammate doesn't believe in land sharks.
I hate that your
So-
mic clipped on land sharks, so I don't know that everyone else got it, but they got it on the second one, so we're caught up. Yeah.
So Jeremy is kind of echoing what I'm saying. A Palamute, it may hit differently because like the argument we're using for the Palamute, for Flynn the Palamute, is different from the argument we used for Amaterasu. Because a lot of what makes the Palamute great is the mechanics that are provided in game.
Mm-hmm.
It is how the Palamute is a companion.
Mm-hmm.
So I think on that end, sure, a Palamute is not as iconic as Chorizo or Amaterasu, but the Palamute exceeds even what Chorizo can do as a companion.
Mm-hmm.
But just because it's not as iconic doesn't mean that it is necessarily less than Chorizo, because it is more than Chorizo in certain ways.
You
Right.
can customize dog meat, by the way. You can give him, he can carry things for you as well. I just
Mhm.
wanted to point that out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So he meets that one that Jeremy mentioned in chat as well. Yeah, I believe you can give them orders.
Yeah, you can.
You can give them armor. You can do. I mean, you can basically tell him go here, do this, do this, do this. So,
The
but
more-
however,
the more
dog,
I-
however,
Go ahead.
Palamutes, you can't.
Yes,
do
you
that.
can. You can send them on hunts by themselves.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, but that's
He stays.
okay. So
I the more I thought about it, the more like, especially thinking about the iconic thing, like I think if you showed me a picture of dog meat and a Palamute, I would know the Palamute was from a Monster
The
Hunter.
Palamute as a species is iconic because it's not just a dog; it has a specific design.
Yeah.
So-
but that's different from like you could use the same argument for a Kubrow, because a Kubrow is technically iconic because when you see a Kubrow, if you know what it is, you're like, oh,
Right.
it's a Kubrow.
Mm-hmm.
But the Palamute hits in the same way. But I think the Palamute, from a mechanic standpoint and as a companion, it hits more boxes than the Kubrow does, which pushes it beyond all the Tritos.
Yeah, I'm good with it being S tier. I think I'm fine with it being S tier. I think it's going to be the one. I don't know. It's kind of a weird combination of a lot of arguments that we've been making that kind of pull it
Fell
different
into one.
directions. Yeah, but I think
I
I think
think
I think it belongs in S tier. Absolutely.
We need to, when it comes to that kind of deliberation, we need to not get focused on certain things, because I feel like, especially like when we got to the Amaterasu point, we fixated a bit on being iconic, but other things need to be considered, because some dogs are more iconic than other dogs, but that doesn't mean, like, Cosmo is more iconic than dog meat, but somehow Cosmo is below him.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, but
I don't know
dog
about
dog
that.
again.
Are you kidding?
Cosmo doesn't, like, he can't do that much in game.
Right, but
We kind of pushed him up on a technicality of like, well, if he could, he would be ideal.
Right. But I'm saying that
Dog meat is way more iconic than
No,
Cosmo.
he's
Matt, I don't think you have a leg to stand on there.
You do
I'm
not.
sorry, like
German Shepherds are iconic. Dog meat
Okay,
is
so
not.
I agree with you, Matt. I think dog meat is iconic. I don't know that I would make the argument that he's more iconic than
I like
Cosmo.
Jeremy's remark here about dog meat. Comparing the two isn't fair. Isn't fair. One isn't better comparatively. They're very different, and they have different in-game actions. Like, I mean, like, again, dog meat and Palamutes both have the ability to command them around, tell them to go pick up. You can go pick up loot, go pick up this. You can probably put armor on them, give them weapons, things like that. You can do that for both of them. And they're, I mean, again, like Jeremy said, Fallout 4 is very popular, and most people, you show them that if they because Fallout 4 is so popular, they're going to know what that is. And
Doesn't
they
everyone
probably
hate
will
Fallout
do the
4?
same. We hate Fallout 76. Watch it.
People do hate Fallout 76, but I don't think people
I
necessarily.
think people turned on Fallout 4 at some point.
Fallout 4 was the turning point for the Fallout franchise, where people were like, "Okay, well, we've seen this. Like, this is the same game that we
Yes,
played."
but we're not comparing the game,
Yeah.
that part of it. We're
I
comparing,
know.
we're looking at dog meat, because otherwise
I know.
I'm going to just quit. I'm just kidding. No. But like I was saying though, so yeah, Jeremy, I've never played any Fallout games, and he knows who dog meat is. But however, also, like you said, Palamutes are also very iconic. Like, you could change the dog there, like change the Palamute, and like mask out the background, and we'd all know, oh, that's from Monster Hunter. Most people would probably know that too, I feel like. So that's why I'm saying they both all need to stay. However, Cosmo, I had no idea who that was, but that could just be just me.
That's definitely.
I mean,
That's
I
just,
knew.
that's well, it's probably not just you, but yeah, that's just a hole in your knowledge there, which is I agree, is a piece of it. But yeah,
Cosmo is literally in Guardians of the Galaxy. He is in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He is a star.
Is he in the actual movie?
Yes,
he's in the actual movie and he's in the game.
Mhm.
That's how he's
and
getting
he's
pulled in.
big in the comics too.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, again, Fallout. Dog meat came from Fallout, the original game. You know, the very first one as well.
Right.
He Dog meat is in there as well. He's in Vault 21 something. But he's there too, so he goes way back. He is in the canon universe, whatever, of Fallout
Yeah.
since the beginning.
I
But
think
I'm-
we've been arguing in circles all to say that they all deserve to be an S tier. So I think we can move on. But yeah, just something to keep in mind of like that, and that may be the only one, but just we're giving a lot of points for some dogs, some things.
We are not gauging the aspects of these dogs the same way. And that's all I'm trying to say is we need to be careful with how we overly value certain things that we don't value to the same degree with other dogs.
So I was just going to say, Cosmo's in a scene in the movie.
Yeah, he's in the Collector's Museum.
Just a scene.
Yep, he's still in it.
Dog meat's in the entire game.
How much money did Fallout 4 make compared to the box office gross?
But to pull it back into video games, right? Cosmo is a huge part of the game, so
Yes.
there's a little bit of difference there that we're talking about. But
I'm simply arguing that if you were to put a picture of dog meat, like this picture of dog meat next to this picture of Cosmo, more people would be able to say, "Oh, that's Cosmo," than they'd be able to say the specific German Shepherd that is.
No, they would know that was dog meat.
I don't know. I agree with Steven, Matt. I'm sorry.
That's all I'm saying.
Steven, Matt, to your point, I think people would say, "Oh yeah, that's dog meat," but I think they'd go, "Oh well, that's Cosmo," and then they'd look and they'd say, "Is that dog meat?"
They would have to think for a minute.
Yeah.
If they knew who dog meat was, like, because Cosmo hits more realms of pop culture, which makes him, because yes, we're ranking them as the video game characters, but you can't separate the iconography of Cosmo since he is a Marvel character that has been used multiple times. So when people see him, a golden retriever in a spacesuit, they know, oh, that's Cosmo.
Right.
He's not super duper popular yet, but he's up and coming. Whereas dog meat, if you see a picture of him, more people than not would say, oh, it's a German Shepherd in a video game.
Okay, so how much did so anyway? Well, this is game wise. We'll look at the game wise stuff later because we could look at how much did Fallout 4 make compared to the game that he's in. But we could also just leave it and move on to the next
Nintendo
one.
From Super Smash Brothers. No Tritos.
Oh, no Tritos.
No Tritos.
No, come on, Pets.
But he's so
Pets.
cute.
Maybe
He's
Pets.
so cute. I think Pets, because I'm assuming here, Steven, that you want to put him in no Tritos because he's not helpful, right? He is a much like
he is a little puppy that does not understand.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a little shit, but
like Duck Dog is intentionally an ass. Nintendo just wants.
Yeah, he's just a puppy. He doesn't know better.
Yes.
Yeah, I Pets is good because you want to give him a little love, but then tell him, hey, move over. We're trying to play a game. I think that's a fair place.
Well, we are talking video game dogs, Jeremy, but it's.
Yeah, the movies should not be brought into it.
The movies are brought into it if we're talking iconic, because it's the same with Lucky the Pizza Dog. He is iconic. It is the video game version, but it's in terms of recognition, he's more recognizable because he's in other things. We are ranking the video game version, but it's the same as like. What's a good example of this?
I think a better argument, Steven, is that we can't separate the iconic nature of the movie that is attached to the character Cosmo.
If you know Cosmo from the movie, if you see a picture of video game Cosmo, you still know it's Cosmo.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
I will say everybody in chat did think that we were talking about Airbuds in space when they saw that picture.
That was, I don't know about everybody. That was just...
That was because of the puppies. That was a
Yeah.
miscalculation
Well.
on my part.
Steven was
I
hoping
don't
the
know
puppies
why-
would bring the
I don't know
sympathy vote.
why you have such hatred towards Cosmo.
I don't, but you're trying to
The-
knock out dog meat
even-
for Cosmo.
That's the thing, though. We're not knocking out anybody right now.
I'm not. I'm just saying
You're
that
preparing, trying to.
I just think that because I needed more to separate dog meat from Dee Dee because they're so similar.
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't think you
They're
could.
not.
I think they're almost identical.
Which is why I'm arguing, because it seems pretty unanimous that everyone prefers Dee Dee to dog meat. So if Dee Dee is better than dog meat, then why is dog meat in the same category?
What do you?
Right, we're arguing in
No,
circles. We're all agreeing. on the
Jeremy said
purposes.
that they were better. I don't necessarily agree with that wholeheartedly. I think they're a great comparison character. Like maybe DD is better, but not enough to push him to a different category.
Okay.
And to Jeremy's point, we need to move on. We are nothing is changing.
I'm trying, but I keep getting reeled back into this conversation. We have a lot more to go.
I know, that's what we gotta keep moving. We gotta keep moving.
Ao Bai, I believe is this dog's name.
Now,
fucking no Tritos. I don't know who this is.
This is, I don't know about no Tritos, but that's kind of where I'm leaning at it, for a similar reason as KK, being that he's more person than dog.
Is this like a bad guy?
No, you play as this character, so he also kind of has the Amaterasu problem going on. Of this is your character, so he doesn't get any points for like companion or helper. Although, if you're playing co-op, I guess you could argue that, like, if Steven was playing as the dog, he is my companion. But I think that's different. So I'm leaning no Tritos, really just because he's more human than dog, I think.
Yeah.
As compared to a lot of the comparisons we've been making
I agree.
throughout.
I agree. Nothing really makes him a dog other than the fact that he looks like a dog.
Nothing makes him a dog other than the fact that he is a dog.
Okay, this is one that I was really glad that I remembered. Ragnarok from Valkyria Chronicles.
Okay, I'm gonna need a little history lesson, but
Ragnarok is a Shiba Inu. Valkyria Chronicles is basically like if World War II was an anime that was also a video game that played kind of like a third-person Fire Emblem. So you are part of a tank company called Squad 7, I think, Squad 7 or Squad 10, depending on the game you play. And Ragnarok is your squad's dog, and he is the medic, to where if someone goes down in combat, he comes on the field and takes them to safety.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically the only part that he plays. But he will literally rescue your fallen soldiers.
Okay.
I
mean, that's pretty helpful.
It is. I'm thinking belly rubs.
So he's not like an all the time companion. You said that?
Correct.
Okay.
He's always with your squad. So I guess in the story, like
but he's not
the
like
visual novel
literally
portion,
there.
He may be in like the story stuff and the visual novel stuff, but in the gameplay, you don't deploy him. It's just whenever you save a squad mate, he comes on the field and takes them away.
I don't know. I assume this is where Jeremy's comment. He's saying belly rubs for a rescue and healer puppy. I'm assuming he's saying it like that, of like it needs more. I'm kind of leaning towards all the Tritos.
Okay.
Because it sounds like he's maybe limited a little bit in what he can. Obviously very helpful, but not like all-encompassing help, right? So, but it sounds like he's still helpful. And then, like, I don't know. He's always with you, even though he's not really there. I kind of feel like that pushes it a little bit past Lucky and Cerberus, but not by much.
So,
okay, well, Jeremy's saying he actually would have said pets, but he is actually useful. So maybe belly rubs is the right place for him.
If he was just like a cute dog you could pet in the camp or something, then he'd be pets. but the fact that he is representative of literally saving lives, that pushes him to belly rubs for me.
Okay.
And Shiba Inu are super cute, and he's got a little hat.
Let's put him in belly rubs. I think that's a fine kind of. It's an interesting mix of because a lot of the characters that are in belly rubs, I guess it actually works for the dog, Mega Man's dog, a lot of just like that's a good comparison there. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Boomer, Far Cry 5.
Hell yeah.
No
I want
Tritorinos.
to put him in heckin' good boy because
I'm totally good with that.
he, in terms of like, so this is where it gets tricky because Chorizo and Boomer hit similar in how they function, but they serve a completely different purpose.
Okay.
And they look completely different. Between the two, if I had one that I had with me all the time, I would pick Boomer any day.
Really? Okay.
Yes, because Chorizo is way cuter.
Yeah.
But Boomer is way more useful.
Boomer can go upstairs.
Boomer can fight a lot better. He detects all enemies. He picks up ammo for you.
Right.
He jumps up and gives you kisses. And also he is a local hero in his town to the point to where when he died of old age, they literally made a monument and a grave for him, which, come on, local hero dog.
Come on. Yeah. No,
I'm thinking heckin' good boy.
I think heckin' good boy. Absolutely. I think Chorizo is a good comparison. I think Dogmeat is actually a really good comparison for him. And then, Boomer is just iconic. So, no, absolutely. Great pick for him.
Here is one that is super off the wall. I'm just going to show the picture.
Okay. You might have to make it a little bit bigger when you bring it in. Okay. Okay. This is the Shiba Inu from Resident Evil, right?
Close.
Okay.
Try again.
Definitely not a Resident Evil dog.
It's the other one.
Dang, what? I'm blanking.
Silent Hill.
Okay. I thought it was Resident Evil.
Mira, I think, is its name.
Bit of a mischievous scamp, if I recall, correct? Right?
Yeah, in one of the endings, it's revealed that Mira, the Shiba Inu, is just pulling all the strings and running Silent Hill like a funhouse.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
So what do we do with this mischievous little scamp?
I mean,
pets or no Tritos.
I think it's got to be no Tritos. So
yeah, you're being kind of evil. Evil's no Trito.
Yeah, he's still a good boy, but he's a bad boy.
Yeah, but you're no big stretches on him. No, get out of my way kind of thing. You're sitting in my chair.
I don't have a lot of context for his role, like in the game, other than what we've just said. So, like, if someone wants to make the argument that he at least deserves pets, because much like the puppy from Nintendo Dogs, like, he didn't know. He just, but he's just leave him in no Doritos.
This dog maliciously, with full intention, did everything he did. You don't slap on a headset in a control room and run an operation without full clarity of what you're doing.
He's got a microphone on it too, so it's real official. Like, he's
also,
got a red
who's he
button.
talking to?
Don't ask that question.
Are there other dogs?
Steven's got a good point.
He's talking to Cosmo.
This is Tinker.
What is this?
This is Tinker from Kingdom Come Deliverance.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't know. So let's just throw out pets.
Yeah.
So Kingdom Come Deliverance is that medieval action game that played everything way too realistic, but there's a charm to it.
Okay.
So narrow it down a little more, please. That's a lot of them.
It's the one where melee combat. No, that won't help either because it was the one that did not have a good console launch, and archery is near impossible because it's so difficult.
I don't think I have.
It is not a fantasy game at all. It is just literally medieval, realistic. You can die from basically anything, which is and Tinker is your love interest's dog from your
I got scared for a second there.
You took way too long of a pause there.
I said your pause love interest's dog.
Yeah, but
I did not pause between love
difference
interest
between
and
that love interest and dog was a little scary for a second there. I felt that, Jay.
Tinker is the dog that is owned by your love interest or something. I've played this game
I'm gonna go
off
ahead
and
and throw
on.
pets. I don't know
I
enough to
was
throw
about to say,
no Tritos.
Hear me out.
Pets.
Hear me
Okay.
out.
Okay.
Because this game is so difficult.
Okay.
Tinker is incredibly useful.
Oh, I think I know what game you're talking about. This came out like 2018, maybe something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
yeah,
the
yeah.
one where the cover is the guy leaning on his sword that's stabbed in the ground.
Yes.
Um,
So all the games.
It's first
so-
person, right?
Yeah. Yes.
That's the only reason I didn't play it.
It is a game that I want to love,
Mhm.
but it is so difficult to do anything the right way. And Tinker is able to do a lot of stuff for you, including literally pinning an enemy so you can easily kill them.
Okay.
Let me tell you, if you played this game for more than a few hours, that is that's pretty special.
That's
So
a big deal, huh?
I think Tinker deserves to go above pets because he, much like a lot of our heckin' good boys, he is very useful. And if you found yourself, if you have been playing Kingdom Come Deliverance,
Is that the only like helpful thing? I mean, I understand it's like a monumentally huge thing.
he comes with you everywhere except for places where dogs wouldn't be allowed.
Okay.
Which I think would just be like fancy courts and stuff like that. So he's always with you. He does other things like he will dig and find stuff for you. Typical, like think of dog meat minus being able to carry things.
Okay. All right.
Can you wear armor?
No.
Can
But
he-
I think that because of if we are looking at it like I'm playing Kingdom Come Deliverance and then Tinker shows up, because of the context of it being Kingdom Come Deliverance, he is an oasis in the desert.
Yeah.
When it comes to the gameplay, he's super helpful.
I'm leaning towards belly rubs
I
only
would be fine with that.
only because of your arguments. Like I'm kind of with Matt. I'm leaning towards pets, but again, I didn't play this game, so I don't have the full context of like, or I guess the emotional pull that you're bringing into it, Steven, of just like I've been through the shit and this dog got me
Yes.
out.
Yes.
Jeremy agrees too.
But I think belly rubs is a fine kind of
Yeah.
balance. It's interesting because he'll be the first one that's in there that like can actually be a companion.
Right.
But I think the lack
but
of
because they're-
usefulness and
I mean, he's
frankly, just look, I don't know. He just kind of he creeps me out a little bit, but I understand that's more the game than him. So
He has more than all of B tier in usefulness, but lacks what they have in being iconic, and he does take a while to get to as well. So there is that. But
There is
yeah,
that.
I think B tier is the right choice. Here's one that is a deep cut, but I'm so glad that he's on here.
Okay.
Caesar from Wargroove.
We got to do more Wargroove.
We
Steven.
do.
I
We really
don't know
do.
how we can get back to it, but man, I never did finish. I never finished. It got too hard for me.
Yeah.
Dang,
For
what a
context,
game.
Caesar is a commander in this game, Wargroove, which is basically Advanced Wars, but medieval fantasy. But everyone else is human. He is a dog leading armies in a world of humans. He is a golden retriever,
And
I believe.
He's a commander you can like technically play, right?
He is a commander unit.
Yeah.
That I think he's a friggin' commander pupper. If his ability is the one I'm thinking of, his special is that he can heal adjacent units.
I think that's right. Or he gives them I thought it was
gives
like
them some kind of
rallies.
boost.
I thought it was he rallied
Yeah.
the troops or something like that.
It's something.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I could have a dog in a video game that is the commander of an army, that's pretty cool. Now, does he hit what it means to be a dog though? That's the thing. I think that might be what I'm thinking all the Tritos, because he doesn't hit as much as a dog as the heckin' good boys do. He is much like the no Tritos. He does things that people do, but like in the fact that he's able to fight in war and lead soldiers, but he does it as a dog and is still a dog and has the mannerisms of a dog.
Right.
So it's less of like he is a dog that is, he's literally a dog that's doing a human's job, and the humans are just going along with it.
Right.
Rather than him being a dog that's basically a person. So I'm thinking because he's like, you can't pet him, I don't think, so it lacks the affection aspect.
You might can in like a cutscene, but like I don't think that even counts for like that Twitter that's like, can you pet the pup or whatever.
I would want him as a character in my video. Like I would want him as a teammate, but he doesn't hit as much as a dog companion.
So you're saying all the Tritos?
I'm saying all the Tritos.
Yeah, that's man. I'm so torn because like
I love it.
Yeah, that's I'm torn between all the Tritos and belly rubs, and I'm just trying to. I'm looking at like what we've, I think I'm gonna kind of say he's a lot like the argument we've made for Cosmo.
I agree.
So I'm fine with that. I think that's fair.
Yeah, he hits similar to Cosmo.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Matt, you got any arguments against that?
I have no idea who it is. So.
Okay, well there you go.
It's a niche indie game.
Then let me back that up, Matt. You have no right to. Just kidding.
How dare you defame Caesar?
I will cut all of you with plenty of. What?
Oh
no,
he broke it.
Oh, Steven, why?
Fixing it.
A little bit more to the right. There you go. You got it. You got it.
Cool. I could have. That is true.
Man.
Well, I never let go of it, so I could have just let go. And yeah, I panicked. Matt. This is
panicking.
This is
one of the many dogs from
Undertale dog. This is specifically annoying dog from Undertale.
Oh.
Apparently,
there's
tons.
stream when I'm watching, and I thought you did it again. And I was about to freak out. Like, dang it.
So this is an interesting one because there's so many of these, and I don't know annoying dogs specifically, but
this is the one that works against you and is apparently representative of Toby Fox, the creator of Undertale.
No Tritos. If he works against you, no Tritos.
Well, that's again. Okay. If this one specifically works against you, I'm leaning towards pets, but I'm also thinking of all of the dogs in this game because there's a ton of these. And
so yeah, are we rating all the dogs in a game, or are we rating just this specific one?
That's the kind of the confusion for me personally of for where to put it.
I think pets.
That's kind of where I'm leaning.
He is still a dog and acts like a dog.
Yeah.
And is capable. But the fact that
he's working against you, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We've been putting malicious dogs into that category as well. I mean,
Silent Hill dog, he's technically a dog. He's just a dog with a headset that knows how to talk.
I don't think these dogs are being that malicious.
Yeah, with that, and that's kind of where I'm going. Since he behaves like a dog, and to my knowledge, the things that he does seem more like happenstance.
They're not like sentient. They're way more dog. Yeah, they're way more dog than anything.
That's what keeps him from being in No Tritos, because much like Nintendog, who works against you, he doesn't know better, but he's still a dog.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm down for whatever y'all. I'll follow y'all on this one. I think
pets.
Know, but
I think pets is a good place for him. So.
Okay, we have 5 more.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
I have no opinion on this one.
Great.
Poochie.
No idea who that is.
Oh, this is from Yoshi. I believe
Yoshi's Island.
Yoshi's Island. Yeah. So this is where it's really funny. It's like, Yoshi we kind of think of as like a pet companion to Mario, but this is like Yoshi's pet companion, and it's just like what if a dog had a pet dog,
It's a dog with a duck's face.
Yeah, I don't know. Poochie is a companion. Okay. I don't know exactly what he does to help you, but like he does have gameplay mechanics. Huh. I'm leaning towards belly rubs, but
I was gonna say definitely not all the Tritos are above. Based on what we've put in pets.
Yeah. Because I think pets.
Yeah, I think he does more. I think he's definitely more useful than these other dogs that we have in pets. So I think belly rubs, but just because like he's not quite as useful as like the Fable dog or the dog from Warframe, but he's not like
How
unhelpful.
consistently is he there?
I'm pretty sure you can have him as a companion.
The entire game.
Yeah. And not only that, he's in multiple franchises too. I know you've pulled this from Yoshi's Island, but he's in the Woolly World and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Jeremy agrees.
Yeah. Okay. Lowest res image I have: the dog from Torchlight 2.
Didn't play it.
Gonna
No
have to give me
input.
some context. Yeah.
So in Torchlight 2, think of it as Diablo, but you get a pet, and this one is a bit of a technicality because it doesn't have to be a dog, but it basically hits like a dog, and you can have a dog as your pet. You pick a pet when you create your character that follows you everywhere, has its own inventory and equipment that you can give, and you can send it to town while you're out adventuring to sell stuff and come back with potions. So you can basically have it. You can have it shop for you.
Yeah.
It does fight. It is extremely helpful.
Okay. Yep.
And you can even give it polymorph scrolls to where you can turn it into other creatures.
Interesting. Now,
So
I almost feel like that should be a knock against it that it can turn into other creatures, but it's a
You
cool
don't have to,
gameplay
but
mechanic.
don't have to pick a dog.
Excuse me.
I thought that was my soundboard for a second.
But it is a dog. We are not ranking the Torchlight 2 pet. We are ranking the Torchlight 2 dog, which is a pet that you can select that acts as the rest of the pets, but it is a dog. It is a companion. It is helpful. I don't think you can pet it or anything, so it lacks affection.
Oh.
But it is extremely useful. And you can name it.
Man, I'm torn between all the Tritos and Heckin' Good Boy, but
I think all the Tritos.
I'm leaning
thinking all
more
the
towards
Tritos.
all the Tritos. Yeah.
All the Tritos, because it lacks the ability to receive and give affection, but it is one of the more useful pet systems in a game.
I was about to say that is insane. That'll shop for you. That's really cool.
You would like Torchlight 2, I think, Jake. It would take you some getting used to, but I think you'd like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy is completely vibing with us. He's been agreeing with basically every decision we've made.
That's good. That's good.
What the hell?
Oh man.
Pepper from Star Fox.
I think it's got to go. No Trito again. Very similar to KK. Very similar to Isabel. More human than dog. Also, just a pain in the ass. You know what I mean? Let's just be real, okay? While not vindictive or malicious, just a pain in the ass. So let's.
How is he a pain?
Oh, he's like a jerk. He's like, Star Fox, Star Command. Why are you not doing the fucking thing? Like, I don't know.
Does he say the words "the fucking thing"?
Yeah,
I think that kind of would bump him up a little bit if he has that kind of sass.
So many kids, the first time they heard the F word was from Pepper and Star Fox.
Yeah.
Star Fox, the fuck are you doing, kid?
Yeah, that's Matt nailed it right there. That's a great.
Yeah.
Matt,
I
have you
actually
played
voiced
these
it.
games? Yeah.
I actually voiced it,
whoa.
Whoa, crazy.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
was like
look,
3, you know.
I can believe it. From that was perfect. So yeah, no.
Here's a new one, and I was hoping to talk about this game at the top.
Steven, I've been playing the hell out of this.
Really, you too?
Yes.
I've been playing it. I love this game.
It's
game is
so good. It's called
Potion.
What is it?
Permit.
Potion Permit. That's right. It's a life
you-
sim game. You're making potions. You're like this chemist in a town without a chemist. The people are surprisingly mean to you because you're a chemist from a capital, but I digress. But you do a lot of like puzzle mechanics to like diagnose patients and then come up with potions to like heal them and whatnot. But back to our conversation, you have this dog that is your constant companion who can take you to NPCs. So like if you need to find a specific person, you can tell him to go find them and he'll take you where you need to go. Huge. What a cool thing. Especially in a game like this where like a lot of it is finding people.
And everyone has a routine. And so especially before you learn their routines, like you may be looking for the blacksmith and she goes to the bar on Thursdays at 5 p.m. But you don't know that. You expect her to be at the blacksmith. So when you go there and she's not there, you can just be like, okay,
where is she, boy?
Find her. Yeah. And then he'll take you to her.
Yeah. Great doggo.
I think all the Tritos.
I'm good with all the Tritos.
All the Tritos.
I also, yeah, okay. All right. I'm fine with
Because
all
it's
the
not
Tritos.
because just that iconic flag is what we need.
I was
It,
gonna.
it does look a little iconic because it's not because
Well,
it's more
I
of a
thought
flat
that
breed.
was
it's a sheepdog. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's funny.
Stardew Valley or whatever it is.
It's funny that you picked the picture that you did, Steven, because that's the one thing I was going to complain about is he gets hungry way too fast. And
I
then
just feed him once a day. You just feed him first thing in the morning.
I do too, but it's just like, I don't know.
It's
Anyway,
just part of your morning routine. It's part of the charm of the game.
yeah,
You wake up, go to the clinic, talk to your patient. As soon as you leave, feed the dog. Then you heal the patient. If you got to go get ingredients, go first thing in the morning. It's the whole thing.
Feels
I
like
guess
my
I guess
real
that's the
world,
tip.
so.
That's the tip.
Yeah.
To feed
You just got to
him.
find your routine. That's part of the charm of the game.
Mhm.
Is just you got to find your routine, get into the groove of things, and just plan out your day.
If we can just pit stop here for a second. What a great game, right?
It's great. It's so fun.
I've been playing it on remote play on my phone with the Backbone, and I like the Backbone. And like if you're wanting to play like a remote play or even like a cloud thing like Xbox has, I would tell you that Backbone is like an essential must-have device for like mobile gaming. But I have to say, I have not had anything work as good as Potion Permit has on the phone for mobile. So it's great. It's been a great like nighttime game. Like I've played it before bed. It's almost like reading a book before bed. You know, kind of winds you down a little bit. It's
just a vibe.
very
the whole
chill.
game's a vibe.
Great trophy list, which is why I got it. That was kind of the final decision of getting it. Because all the trophies are just do the thing. It's like cut down 1,000 trees, hit 1,000 stones, like raise friendship level with a person. It's great. I'm
It was Peter. Don't worry about
very
it.
excited. I look. Did you see me look over to see if it was Asher?
I heard your voice lower.
Tremble.
So I assume
My voice trembled. Yeah.
All right. Last one.
Okay.
This is it.
A game that I really need to return to, and I've been meaning to. The Shiba Inu from Ghostwire Tokyo.
Now,
So-
not a specific Shiba Inu. Am I correct in that?
They all do the same thing.
Okay.
So you can say any Shiba Inu from Ghostwire
Okay.
Tokyo.
Yeah.
So basically, everyone in Tokyo, other than you, has disappeared and been replaced with yokai and other demons, evil spirits, whatever. But all the animals are still there.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got cats running shops and dogs you may find in trouble needing something, or they may just be on the street, like sad because their owner is gone. And you can help them and they'll thank you by taking you somewhere of value.
Mm-hmm.
You can pet them and they're adorable, but also they talk to you. And it's just very wholesome and sweet. So they're hitting belly rub for me, I think.
I was kind of leaning towards that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very dog interaction.
Mm-hmm.
It's wholesome and you help them, but they help you.
Yeah.
So-
well, I think a lot like other dogs in that category,
Yeah.
they are not with you constantly, but they are kind of a constant in that, you know, you can always find them and the interaction with them is similar.
And argument there, even the fact that you don't cats, you know where you're going to find them because they are the ones that run the shops.
Mm-hmm.
But the game can be pretty lonely
Mm-hmm.
because there's no other humans or friendly entity
Right.
in Tokyo. But when you see one of these dogs, it lifts your spirits. It literally does.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, it's a good boy, and you go over, you pet them, you help them, they help you, and you move on your day better than when you found them. So,
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I'm good with belly rubs. I think that's the perfect place for it.
okay. And that's the list.
That's the list.
Do we need to move anything?
So let me take a look here. I feel like we've done maybe the best we've ever done on a list. How many? Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's very well distributed.
Yeah.
Hilariously, the biggest categories are belly rubs and no Tritos, which I think is kind of interesting. Both of those have 7, but Heck and Good Boy and all Tritos have 6 each, which I think it's good that those are balanced. It's really pets is kind of the weird end here.
Because there are few dogs that leave you with a minimal impression.
Jeremy wants to argue for Cosmo to Heck and Good Boy.
Jeremy, state your case. I support.
I want to see this.
I will hear the case. I just think for the game that we have, I need a good case for it, because I just don't. We already kind of gave some leeway because he's technically not like a companion that you can have. We kind of took the argument from Amaterasu and kind of threw it against Cosmo of like, well, what if you look at it from the standpoint of, I don't know, him helping people on a grander scale?
If I could have a telekinetic golden retriever that could have conversations with me that still appreciates the human dog relationship and longs for it,
right?
That's my companion I'm choosing. Because like he's shown that he's powerful enough to detain your entire squad with minimal effort, but he's still just a dog that just wants love.
He just wants some heckin' love. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and argue it up and down. I'll give it to him. That's fine. That's fine.
I mean, I'm not the one that brought it up, but I do think that Cosmo not being in Heckin' Good Boy is a disgrace.
My one hesitation is just from him in the video game. I don't think he deserves Heckin' Good Boy, but he's the outlier of the group.
I will say he is not more iconic in the majority of the gaming sphere than Dog. If you go to like E3 or PAX or something and you hold up both pictures, the first one they're going to say is dog meat.
I think
like Jeremy said, though, if you go to Comic-Con, you might get a different answer, but I don't think he's more iconic.
I still think you're wrong.
I revert to the Space Bud art reference from earlier.
Okay, but the people that said that, Anna specifically, if she saw these two, she would get to the point where she was like, "Oh yeah, no, it's Cosmo," because the whole Space Buddies thing was just like, and it was because of the puppies, not because of Cosmo.
It was more the puppies. It's more the puppies and their labs.
But if she saw dog meat,
she would
say, if she saw dog meat, she'd probably say like Far Cry or something, because she doesn't know Fallout, but she knows, oh, that's a video game German Shepherd.
I'll say this: when I was first envisioning dog meat, I was like, he looks kind of like Boomer, but I know they're not the same breed. So I can honestly say I could have gotten the two mixed up if you had put them side by side with similar animation style, like an illustration of both or something from the same artist. I would have to look at it to pick. So I don't know. I don't want to argue it, but I think
that
I still disagree, even though he probably does deserve it.
If the argument against Cosmo is that we don't get to see him as a companion, then same goes for Amaterasu, because we play as Amaterasu, so we don't get to see what they can do as a companion. So at that point, if the argument is, well, if Amaterasu is our companion, then we just say that they are capable of doing everything that they are capable of doing when we are playing them. Then we can say Cosmo is capable of doing everything that he does in the story and cutscenes.
Right.
We have to use the same argument for both of them.
Yeah.
Whether that means Amaterasu comes down or Cosmo goes up or whatever, we have to abide by.
Well, I mean, the reason, Amaterasu, it was between all the Tritos and Heckin' Good Boy, and we brought him up to Heckin' Good Boy, and then also brought up Cosmo from Belly Rubs to all the Tritos. So it is a little different because Cosmo was already so low that we brought him up 1, but to bring him up 2, I think would be a bit of a stretch. But again, I don't know. Jeremy's agreeing. I am indifferent. I don't agree, but I don't disagree. So I'm fine if we want to push him up. I just think
It's
he's a special case.
my list. You know what? Just
You know what? You know what, Steven? I got.
I'm coming. I can live with this.
I can live with this too. I think it's a good list. I'm still torn on Cosmo, but like I get it. Our logic makes sense. It's just, it is what
What's
it is.
the name of the game that he is in?
Guardians of the
Only
Galaxy.
comparing the game.
What are you comparing? In what with?
Well, earlier you mentioned the that the game for Guardians of the Galaxy probably made more than Fallout 4.
That's not what I said. I said box office gross of Guardians of the Galaxy.
We can't talk about movies. Movies
we
are
can
out.
Because it's the same character.
We cannot.
Because if we're talking who is more recognizable,
that's gonna.
So if we talk about the movie, though, you see him in one scene of the movie,
but people still know him.
And you never see him again.
But technically he's in 2 scenes. People still know him.
People who read the comics and play the game and also saw the movie still know him. I had no idea who he was. I saw the movie.
Yeah, I think
So
you'd have to be
you'd
have to be a deep Marvel person to know it, because to Matt's point, like the throwaway shots. Yeah.
You just weren't paying attention to Guardians of the Galaxy then.
I was. It's a dog in a case. It's cool. It's Cosmo, the dog that the Russians fired into space, and the one that supposedly died was here. Didn't have a name on him or anything in the scene, did it?
I don't think it did, but people knew. But again, that's the thing too. It's like, but people knew who he was because he's iconic.
People will know who Dogmeat is because he's iconic. He's from Fallout, no matter
Shepherds
what.
are iconic.
Okay, so are golden retrievers. Are golden retrievers.
Are golden retrievers in a spacesuit more iconic than just a regular German Shepherd? Because
for space dogs, for space buddies, yeah, Airbud Space 4,
still more iconic. It's still more iconic.
I don't think he's more iconic. I think if we walked into a room full of gamers and held the two up, they're gonna go Dogmeat, because Fallout 4 was extremely. It had a huge player base.
Walk into a room of people who enjoy pop culture. Who's more iconic?
Dogmeat.
Nope.
See, I just think like there's nothing about Dogmeat that like he doesn't have a certain cropped ear or anything. Like
he is literally just every German Shepherd you ever seen. And I love German Shepherds, but he doesn't have something that makes him distinct visually. That is all I'm saying.
So like Jeremy said, it changes the metrics of the list if we consider movies. We would need to reconsider parts of the.
We're not considering movies. It's just when you start talking about iconic,
that's
you
the
have
one
to bring. You have to consider
that's
that
one of our
people are
metrics. Iconic is part of the metric. So in that case, wouldn't this belly rubs the little purple dog go up one? Or would they go down one?
There's not a like most of these other dogs don't have a movie or a comic book that you could compare them to. Like I think Mega Man. That dog.
So
like we kind of talked about that there, but
iconic nature, we have to bring the Palamute down one.
I don't think so.
No, because the Palamute is an iconic species.
I get to, and the metric I've kind of been looking at it is if you showed me a picture of this dog, could I tell you where it's from? And I think absolutely, if you showed me just the generic on the cover Palamute, I would say, oh, that's from Monster Hunter. Yeah.
And I'm not even arguing to bring Dogmeat down. I am simply saying that he is just a German Shepherd.
You're trying to argue that he is just a normal dog visually, but he's really
he is.
If you actually pick a different picture from him, because I mean, from this one picture, if I just look at these two pictures,
okay,
we need another Dogmeat
Hold
picture.
on.
I love that this was the conversation we came to, and we were like, okay, guys, we got to move on because like we're not arguing to move anything. We're just arguing, and now we're back to it. Now that we're done,
I mean, we're at the point where we're even done, but
yeah, like I mean, we're still not arguing for change. We're just arguing about the level of iconicness.
All right, hold on. We're doing
You
this.
take your time. Find you a good picture. Find you a good picture. Because I get kind of what you're saying, Matt. Because you can like give dog meat certain items. Like I think my dog meat had glasses or something that he wore the whole time. But I just don't know.
That doesn't make him iconic.
Well, but also the fact that like that's something that I
Visually.
had to put on him. You know, that's not
Right.
part of his design.
right.
Like you wouldn't just like you would have clothes on him, just like your Palamute has clothes and has armor.
Yeah, but
Weapons,
like
he would have
but,
his on.
But if you showed the Palamute with like the blue skin and the kind of weird back thing that they have, the back spikes, like those are iconic looks, even though not every Palamute has that necessarily.
The Palamute is distinctive as a Palamute without the armor.
Yeah.
Let's
See, and here again, like if I saw the context of Fallout, like that's obviously a vault outfit.
Yeah.
I could tell.
It's just a German Shepherd. Tell me what makes the dog pictured above.
The only other thing, and this isn't necessarily like a feature, but just the graphics too. Like I can tell from the graphics which one of those is dog meat, you know? But like if you showed me two pictures of dog meat like from different games, like from Fallout 1 or whatever that he's in to Fallout 4, I mean maybe the graphics are probably different enough that I could determine which one. But
Fallout 1's third person, I'm pretty sure. It's all overhead.
And again, I'm not arguing that dog meat isn't iconic. I think someone could, like we're saying, pick him out of a crowd of like, oh, that's dog meat. But I think if you showed someone Cosmo and dog meat, they'd say, oh, that's Cosmo. Let me look at this other one for a second. Oh, that's
like
dog
Jeremy,
meat.
it depends on the audience, I think.
I think
Like you said, you go to E3, they would be, dog meat. You go to Comic-Con or like...
I disagree even to that a little bit because I think there's so much overlap with like Marvel and comic book fans and video game fans. But I do think if you went to Comic-Con, people would absolutely know Cosmo and not dog meat, but video game people would probably know both. And I would think again, because Cosmo's look is so distinct that they would probably peg Cosmo first.
Okay. I've got something else to submit to.
Oh, God.
To the court.
Yes.
Where Chortle court is in session. Honorable Judge Jake is presiding.
This has derailed into a argument stream.
I'm fine with
They
that.
usually do. Welcome to Chortle Cast.
Yeah, this is what Chortlecast. Since we started doing that, that's what this is. Okay, all right.
Why are we doing visualized art of them?
That's not dog meat. That's Riley from Call
I know.
of Duty
Why
Ghosts.
are we trying to do?
I was gonna say, yeah,
That's not the same style as the game of Fallout.
This is the only one I could find that would let me download it.
I knew as soon as I saw that was not dog meat. Even in the artist visualization, I was like, that's not dog meat.
I'm just asking why we're using a completely different picture. So then go get a drawing of Cosmo, and I'm going to think that it's whatever the dog was.
I'm saying, what is different about these dogs?
Well, one, the art style. You have to take into account the art style.
I mean, like if you look at the face, like I can tell from the difference. Like it's not like art style definitely does play a part of it.
They are essentially
the
same dog.
No, but they have different patterns. They have different patterns.
They're both German Shepherds.
Like,
one of them just happens to have a vest on.
Well, no, but the facial pattern, like the patterns of the fur, like I can tell you that the other one is dog meat. So I'm not arguing that Cosmo isn't more iconic. I think that's true, but I do think dog meat is iconic.
I am simply arguing there is nothing about him visually that makes him distinctive.
That's just because you never played Fallout 4.
No, I think
I did play Fallout 4.
Steven,
how long did you play it?
Steven, I think the
for
difference.
Several hours.
I think
and then you ended. That's not even to the campaign. You probably didn't even have him yet.
I did have dog meat.
You get him very early.
You get him first.
Hey, so what I'm saying, and I think this is the real distinction, is Cosmo's iconicness comes from the spacesuit. He's a lab in a spacesuit. Okay, that's a huge point to it, and you see it thing.
But that's the
Take
thing.
him
But
out
hang
of
on.
spacesuit.
I'm not
Take
done.
him out of
I'm not done with
spacesuit.
my thought. Dog meat. It's very, very detailed things that you see. The face pattern, the graphics you're going to notice. You have to know what you're looking at to get it. Like he is iconic and he is distinct. It's just much more subtle things that I think somebody who knows dog meat could identify. But I think Cosmo, because Cosmo probably has different spacesuits, different whatever.
That's
like,
literally all I'm saying, Jeremy. I'm no disrespect to people who like dog meat.
Yeah, no.
I
feel the disrespect attempt from you. I'm still
I
going to
mean,
stab you
Fallout's a
Wednesday.
garbage franchise, but that's not dog meat's fault.
Matt's taken it a little bit more personally, but like I agree with your point, Steven, but I also agree that dog meat is iconic and you can't argue that.
And Fallout is
To a
not
specific
garbage.
audience
4,
that is
yes.
affected by Fallout. The only reason he's iconic to Matt is because Matt likes Fallout and likes.
And many people liked Fallout, especially Fallout 3, Fallout 1, Fallout 2, New Vegas, 4. They were all very popular. Now, whether or not the story sucked doesn't matter because it did suck.
All
However,
I'm saying,
you play dog meat long enough. Hold on, before you play dog meat as your companion long enough before that you will know who he is from a picture before you get to the point where you're like, oh, screw this game, and you have to go to the Institute.
right? But
Did you get to the Institute?
I don't remember. It's
See,
been years.
Matt, I know what you're talking about with the Institute, but at first I thought you were saying before you get institutionalized because you don't like dog meat.
No, before you get to the Institute and you realize
I'm sorry that you feel like I am attacking this dog from this garbage game.
Now, Steven, that's why it sounds like you're attacking.
You know what? I'm sorry that Palamutes are just stupid.
It's not my fault that none of you went to basic training and paid attention enough to know how useful Palamutes are.
Basic training.
Your anguish sustains me.
Hey, listen. We can't be talking about basic training because you and I both have no idea how that light board works.
I know.
Basic training.
I know.
Logan distracted us.
I know enough.
The whole time. I mean, I know how to turn it on. That's all you need, but still.
That's all you need. As long as you can turn it on, you can
press
figure
the
out
power
the buttons
button,
later.
you push a little thing up, and then you text William or Steven hey,
How does this work again?
how do I change my scene again? How do I reprogram it? Oh, can you just come do it? That's how it works. I tried this
So
button
dog
4
meat
times.
to B tier, right?
No, you
No,
move dog meat to B tier, I will quit.
Nothing is changing. We just argued. We were arguing more, just kind of that argument of iconicness. So let's review. So we got Heckin' Good Boy. We've got Chorizo, Dog Meat, Amaterasu, D-Dog. We've got Flynn, the Palamute. We have just Boomer. Thank you. I was like Bumper. That's not right. Boomer. We have Cosmo. We have the dog from Fable 3. We have the dog type character from Warframe. We have the dog from Potion Permit. We have the dog from Warframe. No, what's it called?
The Kubrow from Warframe.
No.
Oh, sorry.
War Gear. It's the
Wargroove.
turn Wargroove. Thank you.
Caesar.
Wargroove
Who put me in
Caesar.
timeout?
I did put you in timeout.
We have the dog from Torchlight. We have Lucky the dog from Avengers. We have Cerberus from Hades. We have Mega Man's dog. Rush. We have the dog from
Ragnarok.
We have Ragnarok from
Valkyria
Chronicles.
Do you want me to read these?
Please do, because I'm losing the thread on dogs.
Tinker from Kingdom Come Deliverance. This is the only one that I don't remember the name of. Poochie from Yoshi's Island. The Shiba Inu from Ghostwire Tokyo. In pets, we have Dog from Half-Life. Nintendog from Super Smash Brothers specifically. Annoying Dog from Undertale. In No Tritos, we have KK Slider. Duck Hunt Dog.
Parappa the
Rapper. Isabel, which I was really surprised that you guys dropped her all the way down in No Tritos.
We can't put her in Belly Wraps.
Albai, but still, whatever.
I mean, I'd be willing to put her in Heckin' Good Boy, but
no, she doesn't deserve that. And then
Pepper from the Star Fox franchise. Yeah, no, I think it's a great list. I think it's good. What a good time. What a good time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that has been your podcast for this week. Of course, Chortlecast airs live on chortlegames.com. That's our YouTube channel. Every Monday night, usually around 8 o'clock we start. And we go for, hours and hours arguing about dogs and anything else we want to talk about. We, of course, it's not the only thing that we do. We live stream throughout the week, usually Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays with the occasional random fun stream in there. We're still working out exact details of our schedule, but Grounded 1.0 comes out tomorrow. It's reviewing pretty good from what I've seen. We obviously love the game in early access. We're real excited. We've intentionally put it on hold. We haven't been streaming it so that when it comes to 1.0, we can really dive in and spend a lot of time in it. So we will probably be playing that for one of our streams this week. I think we're leaning towards Friday personally, but we haven't talked about it, so we'll figure that out. But Thursday night, we will have Jeremy taking me through some more Link to the Past.
I mean, you.
I mean, you're welcome to join, but do you want to play it? I don't care who plays it. I was supposed to play it.
I just assumed I don't need to play it, but I assumed that
all are welcome to be in the Discord. But yeah, I'd rather you play it, Steven, to be honest.
Okay.
I think you'll have a better. Well, I don't know. Well, we both have babies. I should play it. Anyway, we're going to be going through some more Link to the Past. I think I'm going to have the 6 this time, but we're going to learn a little bit more about the game, talk a little bit about the game, that sort of thing. So it'll be a lot of fun. And then, yeah, like I said, we're going to be doing Grounded either Friday or Saturday. We're still trying to ironing that out, and then we'll probably do another. We will be streaming the other day. Just not sure what we're doing yet. So, anyway, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.